first off, it's all about the U. Let's talk about the third opponent in our 12th video series, and it'll be the Virginia Tech Hokies on September 26th up in Blacksburg, Virginia. To give you a little background on them, they have, of their 10 best players, they have seven of them are seniors. 2 of them are juniors, and only Evans is the sophomore. Like us, they have a boatload of talented backs and receivers. Their O-line's a little suspect, and their weakest link is Wang at left tackle. What's helpful for our defensive line from a CANES perspective here is they allowed 42 sacks last year. However, they have 2 backs that are very good and both on the classmen. Evans, who rushed for 1,000 yards last year as a freshman, and Williams, who Virginia Tech's people say is going to be the next special one there. So, you know, we're going to have our hands full trying to stop the run, and they'll eat a lot of clock. Okay. Last year they held the ball on average 33 minutes a game, so basically our defense cannot be on the field a long time because this team will eat clock, especially the running game. In the receiving end, the passing game, they have Cole, who was their team leader in receptions last year, and Boykin, who came on late in the year. Here's the scary part. They're sophomores and or juniors here. So this is still going to be a threat for years to come. And not to mention, I forgot to mention, Tyrod Taylor is a kind of quarterback who can also beat you running. So we are going to have to account for him. Defensively, you know, when you face Bud Foster, you know you're going to face a tough defense, and you know you're going to be in a war for 60 minutes. Their D-line is pretty damn good, especially in the interior. So protecting Jacory in this game is going to be very critical, not to mention depth, because they have pretty good depth. And their top players on D is Graves and Thompson on the line and Worlds at end. So our offensive line is going to have to protect Jacory in this game. Make no mistake about it. And to give you an idea, they sacked the quarterback 35 times last year, and when the opponents threw the ball, the defense returned picks for an average of 16.8 yards a pick, while Taylor and Glennon, when they threw picks, the opponents only got 6.3 yards per pick. When you face Virginia Tech, you know 2 things are gonna you know you're gonna face a Frank Beamer coach team. The MO of Frank Beamer has always been special teams. Yeah, they're still dangerous, and and anytime you face Beamer, you know that's their MO is blocking kicks and the kicking game and the return game. However, in the past couple of years, this has been a little off. It's been a little weak here. But to give you the idea, last year they were 103rd in the country, allowing 3 touchdowns and 12.4 yards in returns. However, when it comes to returning kicks, again, when you have a Frank Beamer coach team on special teams, you know that's the thing they do best. They get field position. They return kicks. And even with Macho Harris gone to the NFL, the guys they have back are Hill, Roberts, and Williams. Okay. Now, they have a freshman coming in this year in Journell, who, from what, again, I read, this kid has a cannon. Okay? He has an absolute cannon for a leg. And they think he could be the next great kicker over there in Blacksburg. I'm going to rate the defenses, you know, the defense is going to be a very tough defense. Out of 10, 10 being the toughest, 1 being the weakest, they get about an 8.3. Their offense gets a 7.3. Special teams about a 7.5. So when you break it all down, it's about a 7.7 out of 10. So you know this is going to be a very, very tough opponent. Now, the way I see Virginia Tech this year, first month of the year, you know they're going to have a tough schedule. They play Nebraska before they play us. And they play Alabama. So we're going to know a lot about Virginia Tech before we play them on the 26th. Because they open with Alabama in the Georgia Dome. 2 weeks later, they host Nebraska before we play them. So you got to look at them this way. I could see them easily winning 9-10 games. If I had to put a bet on it right now, I'm going to say Virginia Tech's about a 9-win team. About 9-3, maybe 10-2, but I'm going to go with 9-3 because this is a team that's still, even though they lose some people, anytime you have Beamer and Foster on the sidelines, they're gonna get the most out of their people. So I'm gonna go with 9-3 on Virginia Tech. As soon as Oklahoma comes out, I'll probably preview them. As soon as their preview comes out, I'll get them. So see you soon, and as always, go Canes.